Okay, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, the 20th of March. My name is Danni Wells, and I am a Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with RVP International. And it is my absolute pleasure to be hosting on tonight's call. Before I begin, I just want to just say, well done, everybody, for being on this call tonight. It just shows the commitment that you have to your business for giving up half an hour of your evening on a Sunday night to be on this training call. So well done. Absolutely superb that you're all on here. You're all in the top maybe 5% being on this call. I hope you've all got your pen and paper ready. I'm going to be giving some fantastic training tonight that I've put a lot of time and effort into doing lots of research on for you guys. But before I begin, I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, so this week, we've got Melton Mowbray's area training, which is tomorrow night, 7 till 9 p.m. at mine and Ian's house. If you live locally to Melton and you want to drop into the Melton area training, just contact myself or Ian so we can tell you our address. If you are not local to Melton, just have a quick word with your upline to find out where your local area training is. It's fantastic to drop into area training. It's really informal. You pick up lots of little nuggets, and it's just that whole team spirit again, having a bit of a team huddle. So I massively recommend area training. So Melton Mowbray's is tomorrow night. Okay, so in April, we've got our region training on Monday the 4th. Melton's is at the Syson Minol Hotel, and then there's Stamford, where Stamford and Oakham go as well. And that's on Monday the 4th of April, 7 till 9 p.m. And then we've got also two more things I just want to mention. So last month we set an incentive for everybody in the McCarthy, Allen and Wells region. If anybody in March is to achieve 1,000 PQVs, so that's 1,000 points running through your personal business, which is your own orders, your client orders, your preferred client orders, and then any orders that you take from events that you do. So 1,000 PQVs in March, you are then eligible to go on for the incentive, which is running over March, April and May, where if you do this for 3 months in a row, so in March, April and May, 3 months in a row, do 1,000 PQVs in 3 months in a row, then on June the 6th, you will be invited to an exclusive dinner paid for with your VPs before the next nation training. So that's a really fantastic incentive to really aim for, and it's absolutely achievable by everybody as well. By the rate that everybody's going, we might have to get a bigger venue. So that's the incentive. And then the last thing I just want to mention before we begin is our area retreat. So you've probably seen all of the photos that have hit Facebook this week where everybody else in the UK has had their area retreat, and oh my gosh, doesn't it look amazing? I'm like, wow, it looks incredible. I cannot wait for our one. So the dates for our one is June the 18th to the 19th. It's a weekend. It does fall on Father's Day, so we have made sure that the Sunday, it's just Sunday morning. So we've got all day Saturday, and then Saturday night, and then Sunday morning. So you can go home and spend the rest of Father's Day on the Sunday with your family. Cowie region training is with us in Melton, for the person that just asked that question. So that's with us in Melton on the 4th of April. So area retreat, Father's Day weekend, June 18th and 19th. To qualify to be able to come to area retreat, you need to be a paid as area manager by the end of May, or because it is our first one, we have actually decided that if you are in area qualification by the end of May, you will also have an invite to be able to attend that as well. If it's your first time going to an area retreat, which I know most people it will be, then your VP will pay for you for that whole weekend away. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with my training now. I'm just going to share my screen. Oh, there we go. So I am training today on using Facebook with your business. So this is something that I've been able to be quite successful with. So I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned with building my business with Facebook. And then I'm also going to share with you lots of research that I've put together from using the source and what's compliant and what's not compliant. So I've put it into points. So point number one, why do we use Facebook? So like we all know, how we build our own personal Arbonne business is completely our choice. And Facebook isn't necessarily something that is going to suit everybody, and that's okay. So if you're sat here listening to this training and thinking, well, I don't really use Facebook and I don't really have any desire to use Facebook, that's okay. I'm not saying you have to use Facebook to build your business, but it's probably a good idea to know a little bit about it, because if somebody in your team does need to or want to use Facebook to build your business, it's good to have a bit of an idea. So please do take notes. Okay, so Facebook is a really great place to network, which is point number 2, networking. So the whole point of growing our Arbonne business is to network. We are becoming networking professionals. Now, a lot of people will network on purpose by going to the gym. They'll network at work with people that they work with and people they come in contact with. They'll network at play groups when they take their children to play groups. So Facebook is just another place to network or network on purpose. And I refer to this as finding friends. I love meeting people. I love making friends. And I use Facebook to make new friends. The reason why I use Facebook to make new friends is because I don't have a lot of time. I don't have the ability to go to the gym or to go to play groups. So it's a lot harder for myself, and I'm sure many others, to network in places that requires them to be somewhere else. So the great thing about Facebook is people can network and make new friends with 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there on their phone. And once the children are in bed, 10 minutes there on their phone. So it's a fantastic place to network. So what I do is I get into groups to network and meet people. So I don't go onto groups as an Arbonne salesperson. So I go onto groups that I have a genuine connection with. So for me, I've joined groups that are, I've joined the Miracle Morning group because I do the Miracle Morning. I've joined mums groups, breastfeeding peer support work groups because I volunteer as a breastfeeding peer support worker. So that's a connection that I have. Pole fitness groups, Mercedes fanatic groups because I'm quite fond of Mercedes. Vegan groups, children with special needs groups, work from home, women entrepreneurs, and Cyprus brides because I was married in Cyprus. So these are groups that I've joined to make new friends because I have a genuine connection with these groups. So the last thing that you want to do is join a group, for example, like Peugeot owners, just because you want to make friends. But if you've got no interest in Peugeots, you won't make friends by not being yourself and being truthful. So if you're going to join groups on Facebook, you absolutely have to only join groups that you have a genuine connection with and you're going to make friends with, where you've got something in common. Don't just join a group where you've got nothing in common. So do not join a vegan group if you're not vegan or even looking at being vegan. Don't join a mum's group if you don't have children. So if you're going to join a group to make new friends, it has to be a group that you have a genuine connection with. Okay, so point number 3, posting. So you're in groups now, you're meeting new people, and you're making new friends. So when it comes to things that you're posting on Facebook, you need to think outside the box. So don't feel that you only need to build your virtual franchise in your neighborhood. So you think Australia, USA, Poland, Canada, across the UK, even Taiwan. So Facebook is all about connecting. So if you're joining groups, for example, I make sure that I'm joining groups that are also in these other countries. So I'm on breastfeeding peer support work in Australia and Canada. So all these different groups. And if you type in something that you have a connection with, so say you are interested in Mercedes-Benz cars, you could type in Mercedes-Benz cars Australia and just see if there's a group that comes up with that if you are interested in Mercedes-Benz cars. Okay, so going back to posting, we're not allowed to sell on Facebook for a reason. We are a prestige company. So how one of us represents Arbonne affects the whole Arbonne team, good and bad. So we each, every single person on this call, we have a level of responsibility, every single one of us. So if someone on Facebook is putting selling post after selling post after selling post, offering 35% discount, offering 50% discount, it lowers the brand and it cheapens it for everybody. So when you post something that's Arbonne related, you have to think, how is what I'm about to post going to positively affect my brand and my side team's business? Or will it negatively impact my side team's business? anything you post on Facebook that's related to Arbonne, you have to keep it classy, keep it prestigious. So what I would say when it comes to posting is just drip Arbonne into your post. So hashtag Arbonne occasionally, drip it into your post occasionally, but do not do it on every single post. So the best way to know if you're doing this is to go into your Facebook page, so do it after the call, and pretend you're looking at your Facebook page as somebody brand new that has just met you from a networking group online, and they're wanting to have an impression of what you're like as a person. So they're going to look through your Facebook page. If they look at your Facebook page and everything is Arbonne, 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 people are just going to be like, oh, for goodness sake. And that's how I feel when people add me that are from another company. There's one particular company that posts heavily online. And when they add me as a friend, before I accept, I have a quick look at their profile. Every single post is to do with their company. And it just puts me off. And people will be put off if everything you post is about Arbonne. So just lightly put it in. So Stuart Armfield said, if you're going to mention Arbonne, do not do it more than 1 in every 3 posts. So that's what he said, preferably more. So if you write 5 posts, then make sure Arbonne's only in 1 or 2 of those. So for example, you could write something like this. This is what I wrote recently. Loving my trip to Arizona with my team. Love working, hashtag Arbonne. So yeah, that was it. Loving my trip to Arizona with my team, hashtag Arbonne. Or love working from home and being able to take my girls to school and pick them up, hashtag Arbonne. Or love my job. So you're not wanging on about Arbonne, but you're just dripping it into your posts. So this is what's called lifestyle posting. And these are attractive posts. They're not irritating posts. They're attractive. You're saying, I love my trip to Arizona with my team. That's an attractive post. And then you're dripping Arbonne into that. Another one is, I use the best skincare on my children. Oh no, sorry, ignore that. So you don't want to put something like this, something that belittles other people. So something like this is going to make other people feel uncomfortable and belittled. I use the best skincare on my kids, no eczema for them, but others use cheap, nasty items. Ugh. So something like that is not appealing. It might be true. If you're writing that might be true. But the last thing you want to write is things on Facebook that make other people feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. We all make mistakes. And for me, I don't want to read something on Facebook that makes me feel bad as like a mum. So if somebody wrote a comment and said, I hate seeing parents on their phones at the park while their children are playing on the swings, and I do occasionally pick my phone up when my children are at the park, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable or belittled by somebody posting something like that. So even though we do use really, really great products, you don't want to make somebody feel belittled or uncomfortable because of something that you've written. It's great to educate people, but don't make people feel bad for the choices that they've made, especially if they're not aware of those choices. Okay. Another great thing about posting is just because people are not interacting with your posts, they are still watching, okay? So on my business page, I can see how many people are watching my posts compared to how many people actually click like or comment. And I've got some examples in a moment that I've screenshotted. Sometimes on my posts, there is over 2,000 people that are interacting with my posts, and I've only got maybe 20 comments on it. So people are watching you, even if they're not interacting or commenting, they are watching. Okay, right, next slide. Oh, okay, so here's some examples. So these were the examples I was talking about. So on this one, look, we've got 10,000 people that have seen this post, and what we've got 96 likes. So that is a massive difference. People are watching what you do. Now this is actually my most reached post, and what it is a picture of me with a plastic carrier bag with my swim stuff in, and I wrote, almost a self-made 6-figure income earner in network marketing still takes a plastic carrier bag with swim stuff in. Some things never change no matter what your bank balance says. So that's something that's funny. If you're going to post something, make it funny. Don't belittle people or be annoying. Make it funny. So that got quite a lot of likes, that one. And then here's another one that's got a lot of likes. These are from my business page. So this is me talking about being in the Parade of Champions and some pictures of GTC. People love to see photos. People absolutely love photos. And from my experience, when you're posting things, the less you write, the better. You know, I've wrote long, massive statuses before, but they just don't get the same interaction. So you're just wasting your time. The shorter things you write, the more interactions you'll get. And then here's a photo of me. Photos of yourself always go down really, really well because people see that it's you. And this is a photo of me before and after using the eye contouring cream. I received so many messages after I posted that photo of people wanting to order the RE9 contouring cream. And I believe it was because it was of me and I wasn't using somebody else's photo. And these are just a few more pictures. I searched my business page to see which pictures had the most likes. Particularly the one in the middle of Hayley Staff when she went district manager. People love to see you help other people become successful. So that got a lot of interaction, and that then led to a lot of people messaging me because people watch me make a success of my business and they think, oh, that's great for Danny. You know, she's good at what she does. That's great. But can she actually help anybody else be good at theirs? So when you prove by helping somebody else promote that you can, that's when people think, well, she's helped somebody else do it, so why not me? So that then brought in a lot of interaction, and there's just a few more. Okay, right, advice on Facebook. So you've added new friends from networking. So now you want to like and comment on your new friends' posts. So when you add people on Facebook, it needs to be super casual. So say going back to those groups, you're in those groups. So let's say I've interacted with, I don't know, say Ian. Let's just say I've interacted with Ian. And then we've maybe had a couple of interactions where I've liked a couple of his things that he's wrote on a group and he's liked a couple of my things. And then, sorry, there's some background noise there. Okay, and then I would add him as a friend. So if I add Ian as a friend, I'm then going to like and comment on his statuses that make me laugh, interact with him, and just network, make new friends and network. So another thing is watch what statuses you put. Don't rant on Facebook. You are a brand. You're like a celebrity that is a brand. Or if you're like a nutritionist or a childminder or a PT instructor. So you want to see a reputable, branded, credible person on Facebook that isn't ranting. So if you think about somebody you know and say they're a childminder and they're on your Facebook and they build a brand on Facebook as being a childminder, the last thing you want to see is that childminder on Facebook ranting about their neighbours or ranting about something that happened in the week. They're building a brand. So, you know, you wouldn't see Argos, the brand, complaining about a customer or a product being out of stock or a change of packaging, or that they made personal purchases the day before their company announced a flash buy or sale. So if Arbonne announced a flash buy and you did your order the day before, don't rant about that on Facebook because that is you sabotaging your own business. Okay. Next one, events. Don't make events public. It devalues it. Private message people or make phone calls, even better. If you've got an event, people need to feel really special. If you just invite everybody, it's like having a baby shower and just making it a public event and inviting the world. It devalues that baby shower. If you're going to have a baby shower, you want to hand select 5 or 6 people that you want to attend your baby shower and let them know it's an exclusive event, it's exciting, it's fun. Don't make it a public event because people will see that and it cheapens what you're doing. You want to keep it prestige, keep it like a VIP event. Okay, next one, don't make your products seem like they are anyone's. Keep your exclusive branding. If someone asks for help with baby eczema on their skin, private message them. So you have to think your brand is amazing. Arbonne is an amazing brand. So you have to think of it as big as like Amazon. So if someone posted for a book, you wouldn't see Amazon, the company, commenting on it saying, oh, buy from here. You've got to keep that prestigeness to your brand. So if somebody does ask for help, private message them and just say something like, oh, hi, I read your post about your little one with eczema. I'm actually a health and wellness consultant and I work with products. They may or may not be something that's going to benefit you, but if you want me to just go into a bit more detail, I'm more than happy to. And if not, absolutely no worries. Keep it really classy. Okay. Don't be an advertisement. Don't be an ad that people want to avoid. Facebook is full of things that people want to avoid, particularly ads. So don't add to that. Facebook is not a platform to sell. It's a platform to build relationships that lead to appointments. You can't sell on Facebook, but you can use Facebook to build your brand that leads to appointments that will lead to sales with your products. Photos work amazingly well, and short captions. Funny is always good. Okay, so being in groups as well. So groups on Facebook. Okay, so if you're in a group on Facebook, I think I've got a picture of this as well, actually. Just go across. Okay. Okay, so if you're in a group, this has been set up. This isn't real. This has been a setup so that I can give you an example. If you're in a group and someone posts asking for something that you can help with, this is what you don't want to do. So this is a fake post that's been put on by somebody asking, "Hi all, my little girl has really dry skin and patches of eczema. Also, I'm after some good makeup for myself that doesn't test on animals." If one person comments and says, "I'm an Arbonne consultant," do not, absolutely, if one person comments and they write something really genuine, really nice, something like, you know, I'm a health and wellness consultant. I work with some really great products. They may or may not be a fit for you, but I'm more than happy to meet up with you or have a chat on the phone, and I can go into a bit more detail. If you know they're an Arbonne consultant, make sure that if you're going to comment, you comment something like, "Absolutely agree." If so, say Suzanne wrote the first comment, then Heidi would write, "Absolutely agree. Arbonne products are great," or "I would definitely meet up with her," or something that backs up that first consultant. Don't stand on each other. Don't traipse over each other or chuck each other under the bus. We're not. It's just, if I see something like this where it's, "I'm an Arbonne consultant, PM me for details," or "I've got just your products, get your stuff from here, here's my link, here's this, here's that," it looks awful. It looks absolutely humiliating. And I see so many other companies where people are representing the same brand and they write like so many comments. I think, oh my God, it's awful. We should always send somebody back to the first person that said anything. Okay, so you've got to think, how does this come across? So if you're writing things like this in a group, it's going to put Arbonne in a bad light, and that's going to bring it down for all of us. We've got to all stand together. Right, okay, so that's that one. Just go across. Okay, so don't add, there's lots of don'ts on this, I'm afraid. Don't add anyone into your group without their permission. So if you've got a team page, don't just add people into your group without them having your permission. I'm sure we've all been on the receiving end of being added in to a group that is another company, and without being asked, it is so irritating. I get added into about 20 a day and it absolutely drives me bonkers. So I massively tell people this. And when I first started my business, I did add people in without their permission, and I very quickly learned that I was becoming that annoying person that people want to avoid. So you don't want to be that person. If you're going to make a group and you want to add somebody in, just check with them first. Just say, "Oh, I've made my own business page, business group, to promote my brand and promote my products and to add my blog, my personal testimonials. Do you mind if I add you in?" If they say yes, brilliant. If they say no, don't be offended by it. People don't want to be in every single group and have all these notifications going on. Okay, this is another really big one. Do not tag people in your post if they've got nothing to do with your post. So one thing that really lowers our brand is when people write a status and they tag 60 people in it. So somebody might write a status about Digestion Plus, and that's great that they're promoting that, but don't just tag 60 people in it just to advertise your business, because you're using other people to promote that, and it's not fair. I don't like being tagged in things. It's irritating. It makes people want to avoid you and your business. We have a classy prestige business. Don't tag 60 odd people into your posts. Okay. Oh, let's see if I've got another one. Okay, just before I go on to the next bit, so if someone asks for skincare help, if one Arbonne consultant has commented, this is going back to what I was just saying, don't comment your business. So back and support each other. Comment and say, "Yeah, I agree, Arbonne is fab." Support the first consultant who commented. Don't undercut consultants who comment first. We are one big team, so don't compete. There are 7 billion people in the world, and there are 429 million people who are not in Arbonne but are in the 5 countries that we trade in, there are enough people to speak to about your business. You don't have to undercut consultants who comment first on someone asking for something that you can help with. Just back up the other consultant that made the first comment. So never badmouth another consultant ever. Never, never, never do that. That's business sabotage. Always be positive. Don't complain about things. And be the person that people want to follow. Be the person that's doing the cool stuff. We've all got someone on our Facebook that it makes us smile when we see their posts and see their statuses. It might be nothing to do with Arbonne, but every time they post, we smile and we think, oh, they're always doing some really great stuff. I love watching what they do. I love seeing their photos come on. Make sure you're that person. If people feel good around you, they'll be drawn to you and your brand. So let people watch your life. Have conversations that aren't about Arbonne. Keep it classy, support each other, and keep it positive. So I've just got a few Facebook tidbits that I want to share. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when you load a photo, and if you don't know this, try this after this call. When you load a photo, for some reason, Arbonne makes your photo go into auto mode. And when it goes into auto mode, it makes it blurry. I don't know if you've ever seen photos that get loaded and they look like grey in the background. They look really strange. So when you load a photo, and try this after the call, load it, and then there's a line. So if you can see a line in the middle here, what you want to do is you want to use your finger just to swipe from left to right. And as you go from left to right, you'll see the line move across. And if you move the line across, the photo will have a wording at the top. So this says original, or it'll say auto, or it's got different photo effects. You want it to go back to original. So when you load a photo, swipe across so it's not on auto, because auto makes it blurry, and put it back to original. So try that after the call. That's why when you load photos, they go blurry and have like a really dark grey effect behind them. So that's something really interesting to know. So try that after this call, load a photo and swipe across. Okay, so another couple of things I want to share. If you share somebody's post, you need to make sure that you're only sharing posts that have got the world sign. So this here has got a world sign. That means that if someone shares this post, your friends will be able to see it. So let's say, I'll pick on Laura because I can see Laura. Let's say Laura shares my post here. Everybody in Laura's network can see this post that she shared because it's got a world sign on. But if Laura shares this post here that's got people on, nobody in Laura's network is going to be able to see this unless they're friends with me. So what it will say to Laura's network is attachment unavailable. So don't share posts that have got just people on, because that means that it's private. That means only my friends can see this, and your friends will be able to see it if I'm friends with them. So groups, similar with groups. If you share something from a closed group, nobody will be able to see it unless they're in that group as well. So if Laura sees something I've written in Wells Nation and it's a closed group, then nobody else that she knows is going to see that. It's going to come up with attachment unavailable. If Laura shares something in a secret group, so you can see that it's a secret group, nobody will be able to see that unless they're in that group. So try to avoid sharing things from groups if they're a secret or a closed group. If it's a public group, which this one is, yay, everyone's going to see it. So Laura can knock herself silly and share as much as she likes from this one. This is a public group, so people can see that when she shares. And if it's a community group, which is what my business page is, people will be able to see that as well. So I hope that helps with sharing posts. So this one, I was just going to ask everybody, what does this mean? So this has got the world in. So have a think. If you share this, would people be able to see it? And the answer is yes. If you share this, it's got a world on, so everyone will be able to see it. So a world you can share. Okay. Oh, I'll just go back. Okay, if your upline, right, okay, this has come from compliance. If your upline put on an event, it's okay to thank them or your team or your upline, but don't thank Arbonne, because if they haven't personally put on the event or they've paid for it, people will contact head office to see why they didn't know about it or were involved. For example, when we went to Arizona, that was put on by our national vice presidents. So if we put, been to Arizona, thank you Arbonne, had the best time ever, people are going to see that and they're going to, well, they might not, but somebody might contact head office and say to head office in Arbonne, I saw that Danni Wells was in Arizona, paid for by Arbonne. I didn't know about it. What's that about? And their response will be, well, it was put on by national vice presidents. So we're actually not allowed to thank Arbonne for things that aren't put on by Arbonne. So when we have our area retreat, we can't thank Arbonne for that, but you can thank your upline or your team or the people that have actually put that on. If you're ever not sure on who's put an event on, just ask around and someone will be able to help you with that. That's something that I've very recently learned. Okay, don't say you received your paycheck. This again is something else that I've recently learned doing research for this. It is called a commission check earned by your own effort. So we don't earn a paycheck. We aren't employed. So we can't say that we've had a paycheck from Arbonne, it's XYZ. We have to say it's a commission check that we earned ourselves from a percentage of what turns through our own business. Okay, another one. If you promote a statistic, you must provide where that statistic came from. So the source of it. If you promote your income, you must provide what you did in exchange for that income. So if you say I've earned £500 this month for my Arbonne business, you then have to back it up by saying, because I did 30 hours work helping 30 plus people purchase products that were beneficial to them. You have to back up your income with what you did to earn that income. Okay, I'll very, very briefly touch on this one, online launches and product events. So when you build your business online, if you're unable to be in person at launches, you can still do online launches. It just means that you'll be zooming in. So we do lots of online launches with the Discover Arbonne. We'll have our new consultant in their front room with all of their guests, with all of the products, and then I'll be sat at home on Zoom, zooming into their front room. So you can still build your team all through online work as well. Okay, so this is coming into the last bit now. So the source and compliance. So I would absolutely love it if everybody could have a play on this and have a look. So if you go onto your website and go to my resources, and then you'll see the source here, you're going to find a wealth of fantastic information. If you type in social media, it comes up with so much fantastic information for not just Facebook, but for Pinterest, Twitter, all of the different platforms you can use. So just type in social media into the source. If you have a business page, you're not allowed to have any old cover photo that isn't Arbonne approved. You can have a cover photo that's yours. So mine's my car presentation, that's fine. But you can't just use an Arbonne photo that you've just plucked out of nowhere. It has to be an approved Arbonne photo. So if you go into the source, you can go into social media images. That's the first one there. And here's just a selection. There's loads of different images, but loads of cover photos that you can choose from. So if you're going to have a business page with an Arbonne background, you have to get that from the source. Okay, please do add this page on Facebook if you haven't already. The Arbonne Business Ethics Standards team. These are the best team, and these are the people that will contact you if you do anything on social media that is untoward. And if you do something on social media that isn't compliant, what will happen is Irvine, California will phone you to let you know. So they'll say, you've posted this, it isn't compliant because of this, we need you to take that down. And then you'll get your warning to take it down. If you don't take it down, you'll get another warning. If you still don't, that's where it will get more involved. But they're really, really kind. They're really good. They're there to help us. The best team are there to help us and guide us and make sure that we build a really great compliant business. So do like their page on Facebook. And they post some fantastic information as well. I'm always looking at their page. Okay, on the source, there's also a Facebook guideline for Arbonne independent consultants, which is a really great source and tool to look at. I've printed it off. It's 3 pages long, and I've made loads of notes on there. It's a fantastic read through. Please do have a read through that if you are going to use Facebook to build your business. Okay, another thing, if you go back into your website and go onto my resources and scroll down to marketing tools, we've got something called a digital toolkit and a share it option. So if you press get started in there, so have a play with it as well, it will say, what do you want to share on social media? So I've just clicked the Arbonne Baby Care, that you could click whatever you wanted to click on. And you can share all about the photo of the baby care, and it will come up with a list of suggestions for things that you can say about the Arbonne Baby Care. It makes this so easy. It makes our job so much easier. So have a play with that. and share these images, because it does make it easier for us when it's all there in front of us. Another thing on this source is a social media tutorial. So if you're thinking about having a Facebook business page, you absolutely can do. One thing with having an Arbonne business page is you have to call it your name followed by independent consultant. So for example, if I had an Arbonne business page, it would say Daniela Wells or Danni Wells, independent Arbonne consultant. You can't call a business page anything that is misleading, such as just Arbonne or Arbonne Health and Wellness, because that can be really misleading for people that are looking at your page, and you cannot mislead people into thinking that you are head office or you are corporate. So you need to make it really clear for people that you are an independent consultant with Arbonne, and you're not anything to do with head office or corporate. You can have a business page that's just you, so branding you. So for me, I can have Danni Wells. You can have just your name that brands you. But if it is a solely Arbonne product business page, then it has to be your name followed by Arbonne independent consultant. And there's some great information all in there as well. Just the last couple of bits. So a last couple of pointers. So okay, I'll just look through my notes. I've got so many notes, but not enough time. Okay, so make sure that you maintain a distinction between Arbonne Home Office and you, and do not cause confusion between the two. With any social media network, your Facebook use should not mislead or deceive consumers or make unapproved claims regarding Arbonne products. Okay, I'm just looking through my notes. Okay, another one. Don't offer discounts, specials, incentives, or contests, or samples, raffles, or giveaways via Facebook, since this is considered part of selling. However, do use Facebook to invite your prospects or your friends to connect with you offline to provide them with further information and offer samples. Don't spam on groups. If you're talking about the cash bonus for the car, you can't say that Arbonne give us a white Mercedes. If you're going to mention anything about the white Mercedes, you have to say that it's a cash bonus, a £500 a month cash bonus. Try not to say that we get a free white Mercedes, because we don't. We get a cash bonus towards one. Okay, so don't use Facebook to make comments about Arbonne or other Arbonne consultants. Contact Arbonne directly and privately to discuss any concerns about your business or other independent consultants. Facebook is not a forum to air grievances. Another one is don't use Facebook for posting inappropriate conversations, comments, images, videos, audio, or other applications. And don't use Facebook to promote non-Arbonne products or to recruit for another direct selling company. So if you work for Arbonne and you use Facebook as your network for promoting yourself as an Arbonne consultant, you cannot promote another company. You can purchase from another company, but you can't use your Arbonne platform to promote another company. You'd have to use a separate platform to do that with a whole different network of people. So a couple of tips that are on the Facebook guidelines for Arbonne independent consultants is you can share things on Facebook that aren't necessarily heavily plugging Arbonne. So you could share your favorite Arbonne protein shake recipe, and then alongside that, maybe a photo of your favorite Arbonne protein shake. You can tell your fans about the benefits of using vegan protein instead of whey or soy. So that links in Arbonne nicely, but it's not heavily plugging it. You could share a photograph with a personal tip in the caption. So for example, a caption of a photo of your Arbonne Intelligence Genius Nightly Resurfacing Pad, so your Genius pads basically, how it made your face feel after using it nightly for 1 week. And remember, your claim should be consistent with Arbonne tools and not a medical claim. And then another one is you could go with the season. So you could post an outfit and link in with the outfit the Arbonne cosmetics that you think are going to be the best, that are going to go with it. So I do have lots of little notes written down, but the basics of it is use Arbonne as a platform to build new friends, and then post about Arbonne into your lifestyle, but not heavily. Don't heavily post about Arbonne, just link it into your lifestyle. And the best thing to do at the end of this call is to have a little play on the source. Go onto the source, type in social media, and just have a little play and have a little read and go through all the guidance. And as a team, we can all sort of give each other some pointers. So if you're not sure about something, just ask, just say to somebody in the team, oh, you know, can we do this? Are we allowed to post this? So then somebody can help you. I personally have built my Arbonne business 90% with Facebook. I make new friends on Facebook, and then those friendships I've made on Facebook become like my friends that I can't live without. I absolutely adore everybody that I've met on Facebook and made a friendship with. So if you're going to use Facebook, it absolutely is a fantastic tool. Just make sure you're genuine, you're real, you're not in groups that have got nothing to do with you at all, and you're just being yourself. You're being kind and being yourself. So I hope that's been useful to everybody. Please do read up on the source about social media, and do practice that thing with the photo where you swipe it from left to right to see if it goes blurry. And I hope the sharing things helped as well. So only share if it's got the world sign, otherwise no one's going to see, or if it's a public group. So good luck, everybody that is looking at building their business with Facebook. And if there's anything else that I haven't covered that you think that I might know the answer to, check on the source first. And if you can't find it on the source, then come to me, and if I can answer it, I will do. Facebook is my forte, so if I can answer it, I will do. But don't ask me first, check on the source. Always check on the source first, and then come and ask me if you can't find the answer. So good luck, and have a fantastic week, everybody. It is looking like we're going to have one of the most amazing month ends that we've had or we've seen to date. Everybody, the momentum is just absolutely everybody, and you can feel it, especially from Leadership Academy last week. Everyone's business is just like boom, 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 boom. So have a great week, everybody. I look forward to seeing some of your area training tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing the rest of you guys when I see you. Hopefully have a fantastic time building your business with Facebook if you choose to do so. Night, everybody. Bye.